Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. My name is Ariel, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing it's technically like a part 3, but it's kind of like a part 2.5. If that makes sense, to my Halloween movie series that I've been doing on my channel. So in my first part of this series, I built 4 different tiny homes for 4 movies, 4 Halloween movies. And then in my second part of the series, I built 2 homes for Haunted Mansion and Halloween Town. I decided to split my second part of this series into 2 separate parts because of just timing and busy schedule and stuff like that. So this is the second part to my second part. Does that make sense? So it's part 2.5. So in today's video, I'm going to be building 2 more tiny homes for different Halloween movies, and I'm not going to spin the wheel today because I already know which ones I want to do in this video, and those are going to be Coraline and Nightmare Before Christmas. If you haven't seen the first 2 videos in this series, I recommend going and watching them. The first part in this series is not at all related to this build, but if you do want to see me build Haunted Mansion and Halloween Town, which are on the lot that I'm building on today, I recommend going and watching that one first, and then coming back and watching this one. Yeah, I have the new Life and Death expansion pack, so I'm super excited to dive into that. When I first started building my Coraline build, I did not have it, but I have it now, and we might be adding in some new things. So I'm super excited about that pack. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Let's just jump right on into today's video. Okay, let's get down to business. So I'm doing my last 2 builds in this video, and I'm deciding where I want to put each of them because they're both so different. I think what I want to do is I want to stick Coraline back here and then do Nightmare Before Christmas here. I do want to quickly make mention of something before I get into my next build. I want to just make it clear what my goal is when I'm doing these videos. So when I make these builds, my main goal is to make a build inspired by whatever it is that I am building for. So when I'm building for Haunted Mansion, for example, it's obviously not an exact replica. And I do try to make it clear in a majority of my videos and most of my videos that a lot of the times I haven't seen these movies or shows in a long time. And so I'm basing my build off of whatever I can remember and what I can find online. And while I do a decent amount of research when it comes to what the inside of the house should look like, what the exterior should look like, if it's not something that's easy for me to find online, then it's probably not going to be in the build unless I have the memory of it from the movie or the show that I watched. But, for me, I have a full-time job, so I'm not able to go back and watch all of these movies and shows every single time just because I don't really have the time for that. But I still want to do the builds and do them to the best of my ability and with all the information that I can find on the internet. So if you do notice that in my builds there are things that are missing or there are things that you would have liked to see, just want to make it clear there are always going to be things that I missed. There's always going to be things that maybe you would have liked to see that I didn't add. And unfortunately, that's just kind of the way it is. Anyway, so just know there are probably going to be things that I miss. So allow me a little bit of grace. I do my best. Back to build. Okay, I think I want to start with Coraline. So my initial thought is to put the build on a bit of a higher terrain. This is what we're going to start with. I'm going to make changes, obviously. Okay, let's start working on a shelf. Did I even show you an example of the Pink Palace, the Coraline house? I don't think I did. This is what I'm building, by the way. This is what we are going for. So for my fencing, I do think I want something with pink in the railing. I think I might prefer this one from Strangerville. Literally this. This is what I was looking for the side of the house. All right, let's do some roof paint. Actually, let's get the siding on first. I think this base game one is probably sufficient. And then for our roof paint probably something like this shingle here, or even this one. Looks like this piece here has like a cute little trim. I might do that for that piece. I don't know. What do we think? Or should I do that for all of them? Okay, so maybe these ones from Cottage Living, and then the Strangerville railing, two like that on each side of that. We're gonna have a couple on here. I think I might want to add some of these white columns from Get Together on these pieces. I definitely think this is intense, but I believe once I get windows on, which I just realized I haven't done yet, it's gonna look pretty good. Okay, let's get a door. Maybe this one from Realm of Magic. All right, so let's see what we can do as far as a staircase on the side of the house goes. Okay, so I did a little bit of additional work on the shell. I added a little bit of landscaping. I don't think I'm done yet, but this is the general idea here. On the side, I did add a little flag. The one in the movie actually sticks out much further, but we don't have anything like that. So we're just gonna go with that. My thoughts are to add like that Coraline garden somewhere down here. I'm thinking something I do want to add down here is YB's bike. I think I'm gonna do this one and I'm gonna add it like here. And there's also a well, and that's I believe where they end up throwing the little hand from the other mother. Probably this one makes the most sense to me. Now, of course, the well doesn't actually look like this. It's more so like just a hole in the ground, but this is just sort of the inspiration, okay? It's supposed to signify that particular well. So this is the garden that I'm referring to. It's like in the shape of Coraline's face. It may make the most sense to do it on this side. I'm thinking I use the same wall that I used for this to sort of put that together. I'm not going to torture you guys watching me do this, so I'm going to check back in when I'm at like a decent point and we'll see how it looks. No, you're lying. You're lying. I wasn't recording that whole time. Okay, guys, listen. I thought I was recording and it turns out I wasn't. That's exciting for me. Anyway, so I did some work clearly on my garden. I finished it up. This is as good as it's gonna get. I think I did a decent job. It gets the point across. I see a face, not a Coraline face, but a face. Okay, I think I'm ready to move inside. So the inside of this is actually quite small. So that's going to be interesting for me to try to figure out. I think maybe it might be a good thing to add some sort of basement level here for those ladies, those weird ladies. And then the rest of it, I'm going to base it off of a couple of things. So it's going to be based off of partly the home shown in the real world and partly the home shown in the other world. And then a room for that guy. What the frick is that guy's name? Mr. Bobinski. So this is sort of the vibe of Coraline's house in the real world. So again, very dull, kind of plain. Here's a good example. So here's the contrast of the kitchen from the real world and the kitchen in the other world. So it's very different, a lot more vibrant in the other world and a lot duller. And here's another example of the bedroom, kitchen here, dining room table here. It's definitely tight, but I feel like I can do it. I could make this my bathroom. You know what? That might not be the worst idea. I need a fireplace. I don't know. Maybe I can fit a wardrobe here. Let me just see. I mean, I can make that work. I feel like that's a pretty decent layout for downstairs. So that is what we're going to do. So for the wallpaper in the kitchen, it's like a yellowy toned wallpaper. That actually might be good. And then on this side, I need an oven. I feel like I'm going to go with that one. Let's get a dining room table, and it's going to be a brown round table. We're going to use this one from Base Game. And then there's like something hanging up here. I feel like it's similar to this. So I feel like I want to add these shrunken down and hung up like that. And then over to this side, we have one of these bad boys, and we've got like a little table. It kind of reminds me of the end piece from Cottage Living, and it does look green like that, which is interesting. Ooh, a bottle of wine. On the table, there's like plates with food on them and like a present from when she gives her the eyes. So I'm going to put a present on the table. Do we have just a singular one? Here we go. Oh, I just realized I don't have a fridge. So I guess that's what's going on this side. We'll do this one. Whether or not this is functional is not my problem. Okay, that's going to be it for our Coraline inspired kitchen. Let's go and do our living room. This room is going to be, I guess, carpeting. It's like a blue carpeting. Maybe I do that one. I think we're gonna go with that. And let's pick a fireplace. Maybe I just do that one. Maybe I'll do this one actually from the Crystal Creations. Here we go. We can add this radiator somewhere. I finished up the living room. This is it. It's very plain, but I think it works. I did add this little Coraline doll on the couch. And then over on the fireplace mantle, I added some snow globes because that's kind of a big part of the movie. And then of course we have like the little doorway that leads to the other world. And the last room downstairs is going to be this bathroom. Oh, you know what might be kind of interesting is like some webs that kind of remind me of when she goes absolutely nuts. Okay, so the last thing that I was doing is I was working on this bathroom, but I did just get the Life and Death expansion pack, so I'm like dying to see all of the new items in this pack. Wait, why is this so perfect for this room? Oh, maybe if I shrink it. That's kind of the table I was envisioning when putting this together, and then of course I didn't have this pack. Fabulous. I don't know why, but I just reinstalled the Twisted Mexi Better Build and Buy and the tool mod back onto my game, and for whatever reason changing the color of the lights in build mode is not working. So I don't know, maybe that's a me problem, maybe that's just a problem in general. I'm not really sure. I'm obsessed. I think I might use that. Maybe I use this new sink. I think we're just gonna go with that. I'm not gonna overcomplicate the bathroom. Listen, I wanted to do it the colorful way. I wasn't really feeling it. Okay, I want to do this is Coraline's room, and then this will be what's his face's room. Why can't I remember his name? Mr. Bobinski, is that his name? So there's two routes that I could take Coraline's room. I could do the otherworld version of her bedroom, which is like much nicer, or I could do her legitimate bedroom. I want to do the otherworld. I feel like the otherworld is more interesting. I think I'm going to do the otherworld. The wallpaper again is like a pinky purple. Oh my gosh, these new wallpapers. Are you actually kidding? I might just do that one. I like it a lot. Let's find a bed. I feel like this is quite similar. While her bed doesn't have like the curtains, it's got the right sort of look. Okay, let's get a fireplace here first, actually. Do we just do this one? We still need a, whatchamacallit, a vanity. See, the layout is just so bad. I don't know. She needs a rug, and it looks just like this one. I wish the colors were a little bit better, but it looks just like this. She needs like a little toy chest that looks just like this one. Yeah, literally looks just like this. Yeah, like I gotta save room for Mr. Bobinski. Maybe I just make that work. I feel like that layout flows much better. I don't love that it's not exact, but I mean, what do you guys want from me? Like it's not going to be. I've done a little bit of work in here in the room, and I did darken it up quite a bit. So I added this wall here so that I could make these curtains a little easier. I do have this back here. I do think I should maybe add some additional toys over here. I feel like that's pretty good. I mean, I don't hate this one. I added these shelves with some different toys and books and stuff on them. And then I did add like a giant mouse hole here because on the other side is going to be Mr. Bobinski's house. So that's kind of my thought process there. I want those lights from Love Struck so I can create maybe like a little, because do you remember when like she would go to, or when she would get the inkling, I guess, to go to the other world, there would be like mice and I feel like lights as well, like leading her to the door downstairs in the living room. So that's kind of what I want to replicate. I'm just trying to find those lights. I honestly don't know where they are. So like if we were to kind of create like a cute little pathway here, I feel like that looks pretty solid. Let's do Mr. Bobinski's house. Okay. So this is what I'm going to try to replicate. Is this going to happen? Probably not. But we're going to do our best here. Maybe we'll do that. And then for our brick, we'll do a brick accent over here. Yeah, like a brick accent on this wall. Do we even have a tent? I feel like we do. What I want is one that looks like a circus tent. Hey guys, where the frick is my circus tent? Do I need to just kind of make my own and pretend that that's a circus tent? What do we have for cannons? Ooh, we do have cannons. Do we have red? Wait. Yes. Why do we have these? That's my question. Need a little Ferris wheel. I know we have a giant one. Okay, I added string lights, I added a Ferris wheel, a little helicopter, this ball. And then another thing about Mr. Bobinski, he's like, does those like calisthenics where he's always like trying to be strong and muscular and he's like flinging himself up into the air. I want to add some trophies around. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. And then I'm going to add this hamster thing up here that's supposed to be like a little mouse. That's cute. Okay, I want to add these lights up here. And then I want to add, like I said, a little table over here and a little chair maybe. I don't know, maybe these suitcases. Guys, I can't think of a better time to use Sad Clown in a room. Like, there really is no better time than now. I think there's like a swatch on the Storybook Nursery Kit rug that might be like circus-y themed. And again, taking creative liberties. I know that these things are not in the actual room, but I'm trying to give it a little more pizzazz, if you will. Yeah, see? How cute. A cute little giraffe poo here in the corner. I think that's going to be good for Mr. Bobinski's room. I don't know. I feel like I kind of like it. I think last but not least, we go down and we do the sisters' room. Hi, I'm editing right now, and it has come to my attention that the women that live in the basement are not sisters. They're actually a couple. I never knew that. I don't know. I guess I just haven't seen the movie in a long time. And like as a kid, like that never really occurred to me. But yeah, they're a couple. So if you hear me refer to them as sisters again in this video, I apologize. I genuinely was not aware of that. And I guess I just hadn't really thought about it that much. So anyway, moving on. So inside of Miss Spink and Miss Forcible's apartment, this is what it looks like. A really sort of memorable part is that they have all of their dead dogs on display. And then I do remember them having this taffy that turns into that little eyeglass where she can see the souls of the children or whatever. So for the layout here, I want to do a couch, maybe this one. That seems okay, I think. It's sort of like this one. This is really modern looking, but this is kind of, it is this shape. Okay, and then we need like a cup because she does have like a cup of tea. So we'll put this here. And then I am seeing some like tarot cards or some sort of cards. And with the life and death pack, we did get cards. So yeah. So we're going to add some different cards on here. And then I want to add some big shelves if I can. Okay, so I've been doing a bit of work down in my basement level. Now, this space is a little smaller than I wanted. I wanted to make it bigger, but when I try to make it bigger, because I have the house on a foundation, it screws everything up. It makes this giant hill down here, removes my staircase, so I can't really make it bigger, and this is obviously the edge of the lot, so I can't pull it back any further. So we just got to work with this tight space. Probably not functional, but that's okay. So what I did was I created this sort of built-in fireplace situation, which I think turned out pretty cool. And then in order to make this sort of arched situation here, I took this window. Oh wow, my curtains are attached to it as well. I took that window and I sized it down, and I was able to create that sort of cutout opening and then just kind of cover it with the couch. And I think that turned out pretty good because I'm trying to replicate this. So what I want to grab next is this like dog statue, and I'm literally just gonna fill these shelves. I think that looks perfect. So here's what I've done. Okay, I did create like this stage here. I'm thinking about sort of trying to play into this scene here where they're all like when they're in the other world and they're acrobats. We're gonna add some pipes, I guess like here maybe. I feel like that looks good. I was thinking of doing like another shelf situation here and adding these candies on here. We're gonna fill that up with those candies. That's perfect. And then I'm thinking about adding some curtains. So just do a couple of these bad boys. Maybe that's fine. Okay, so here's what we've got. I did add some string lights back here, and then I added, here's my little stage that I put together. This is supposed to be like that taffy. It's weird. Okay, so that's what that's supposed to be. I feel like that is pretty solid for the sisters. I don't know that there's really anything else that I absolutely need to add. I don't know, it might be good to add some sort of plant, maybe like this one. All right, I think that's gonna be it. And is that everything? Is that the whole build done? I feel like it can't be. You know what I do want to add? I want to add that hand sculpture and stick it somewhere to sort of signify the creepy little hand of the other mother. She'll put her hand maybe just like strangely in the living room, just here. And I think in this bathroom, I want to add some webs and stuff. Okie dokie. Here we are at the Pink Palace. I think the actual exterior turned out really nice. So I feel like I can tell very easily who this is for. Going up the stairs here, we get to this part of the build where we've got a pike, we've got the well, or what's supposed to represent the well that they throw that hand down. And then down this little path here, you go down these stairs and it leads you to my massive Coraline garden. As you can see, I attempted to make a garden that looks like Coraline. I added some of those Realm of Magic orbs just to sort of make it look a little more magical. This is the version that's in the other world and not in the real world. And then going over here, we of course have the house itself. We've got a little seating area over on this side, which I think looks good. And then to the side of the house, we do have a staircase that leads up to Mr. Bobinski's house, and then another staircase that leads down into the sisters' house, which I think looks pretty solid. So upon entering the house, you go right into the kitchen. This is supposed to resemble the otherworld kitchen with the other mother. And I think I did a pretty good job at replicating it to the best of my ability. Of course, we've got a little dining table here, a present, and that present is actually the buttons that are to be sewn onto her eyes. I think it looks pretty accurate if I do say so myself. And then right in here is actually a bathroom that's supposed to, this is supposed to signify the other mother when she turns into that like spider version of herself. I didn't know where else to, I guess, pay homage to her. I just felt like the bathroom was really the only place I could do that. So I did add some more of those dolls because she makes those spider webs. I don't know. I think overall it works. Why is that creeping through the living room? I don't know. Anyway, here is the living room. This is supposed to resemble the living room in the real world. So we've got some move-in boxes. We've got a couch over here, a chair. We've got the other mother's hand, a little fireplace, the snow globes, which play a pretty big role in the movie. And then we, of course, have our little door, which leads to the other world. Let's go up here and head to Mr. Bobinski's little room here. All right, here we are in Mr. Bobinski's room. I think this turned out pretty cool. And I don't know, I feel like I can see it. I wish that the tent looked a little bit more like a circus tent, but I mean, this is literally the best that we had to work with. So, you know, whatever. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We of course have the cannons on the ground. We've got string lights. We've got his little strongman trophies. On this side, we just have some pictures from the bistro kit. And then over here, we've got some more trophies, a little chair, a Ferris wheel, a giraffe, the helicopter. There is Mr. Bobinski's room. Last room upstairs is Coraline's bedroom. I think this room turned out pretty cute. The layout, of course, obviously is not an exact replica, but just imagine that it is, okay? So here we have Coraline's bed. I did add those like little sparkle things to sort of play into, you know, the mice and the lights going down to the door downstairs. So we've got her little toy box, a snow globe on her nightstand. We do have her doll sitting right next to her bed. Over to this side, I have some shelves with just some toys and books and stuff on them. We do have her little fireplace here, and then we've got this little section here with a little seat and some fluffy toys. We are downstairs in the sister's bedroom. I can't remember their names off the top of my head right now. So here we have this really large, not really large, we have this little stage here. This is supposed to be that taffy candy wrapper, just pretend it is, okay? And then that light string right here is supposed to be the tightrope. So imagine that it is, okay? These balconies are where they like jump down and then they turn into those like little tiny acrobats or whatever. On this side, this is supposed to be their actual apartment with the couch. We've got the fireplace in the background, a coffee table with the taffy candy, the tarot cards. We've got their dead dogs who are going through the ceiling, some shelves of candy. And I think, guys, that's gonna do it for the entire Coraline house. Now, while I'm like finishing up, the whole exterior here, I may add some other things if I can think of anything, but for right now, that is gonna do it. So next up is Nightmare Before Christmas, and I am gonna be putting that right over here. My vision is to obviously get the Halloween town in there, make it look Halloween-esque, and then also have a small section of like Christmas. So his house is kind of bizarre. It's shaped like this. Okay, so this is obviously the toy, but this is kind of what the idea is. Oh my gosh. Well, obviously I'm not going to be able to make it look exactly like that, but I think we're going to do our best here to bring that to life somehow. I have no idea how. I don't know how I feel yet. It's a little funky. I mean, the house is going to be funky. Like, we just kind of have to learn to accept that. If I size this up, does that work? Kind of. It's not horrible. For our wallpaper, I need some like dark rundown wallpaper. I feel like we got to make that work. Okay, I think that kind of works. Oh, this one's got this skull on it. Wait, I love that. Yes, that's perfect for Mr. Jack Skellington. Okay, so I just attempted to try to make the little curvy hill, the infamous mountain hill. I can't do that in The Sims, which is very unfortunate, but I'd like to try to find some way to have something going on in the background. That's actually not terrible. That might be our best bet. There's still obviously lots to do, but I did add a little bit of landscaping. Obviously, it's all dead. What I do want to do is add some sort of fountain. Okay, maybe we can just make that work. And then maybe we make this Christmas part. What if we make like a little tiny city hall? That looks cute. Okay, there's like my little city hall. The only other building they really show is this one here where Sally lives. I don't know that I want to even attempt to do this because there's just no real way of making it look like this. It's just not possible in The Sims. So I know for a fact that I'm just going to get irritated trying to build that. So I'm not going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is just sort of tie the rest of the area together and with landscaping and just other sort of like spooky things that I can add. Wait a minute. This has the glow that I want. It does have like a top on it, but I don't know. Do I want to make that work instead of this? Potentially. Okay, I like that. Okay. Definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. This is what I've done so far. So my next course of action is to do my sort of Christmas town. Okay, this is looking cute so far. Ooh, what if I do like some of these cottage living houses? That might be cute. Okay, hold on. So precious. Okay, we can leave that there. Beautiful. I'm loving this. This is looking so cute. I think I'm officially done with the exterior for now, unless I decide to come back and change something. But here we have the actual Halloween town. We have Jack Skellington's house. We have, and of course, back here we have our little Christmas town that I think turned out really cute. With that, we're going to go ahead and hop inside. We're going to go into this little town hall. Okay, so I think downstairs I want to do like a basic sort of like town hall room, like an office almost. And then upstairs, I think I want to make this Sally's room. That chair, I guess. For a computer, we can just do a typewriter and then maybe some bookshelves. This new bookshelf from the new pack is fabulous. Okay, I made a couple changes randomly to my Coraline house because I realized that I could have done a couple things differently, and I realized that we had certain things that I didn't know that we had. So anyways, I went ahead and I added these mailboxes for each of the apartments. So I added one here, I added one for Mr. Bobinski, and then I changed the way you get into the basement apartment. Unfortunately, because my house is built up on terrain, this will not sit flat on the ground, which is what I wanted, but it won't do that because of my terrain. I still wanted to have like a staircase going down. That's what I originally wanted. So I figured out how to do it. I just made this little entrance right here. Moving on back to my Nightmare Before Christmas build. All things spooky. We're going to add some spiders in here, some pumpkins. I think we're going to leave that like that. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. Okay, let's do Sally's room. So she's got a very much metal wall. So something like that, actually. She likes to sew as well, but we don't have sewing in the game. So we'll do like the knitting, actually, the knitting stuff. Let's get her a bed. Maybe that one, actually. That one's not bad. That's kind of good. Okay, we'll do that. Picking a little table, maybe this one, the knitting basket next to the nightstand. And then I want like a shelf here. Oh, this dolly. That would have been so cute at the Coraline house. Maybe just that swatch. That's cute. Okay, I don't know how I keep managing to not record parts of my build, but somehow I stopped recording when I was filming Sally's bedroom, and then I didn't record me building the kitchen for Jack Skellington. So unfortunately, those aren't in the build, but I do end up showing what they look like. So you won't miss that part, but I'm sorry. I don't know how this keeps happening, but hopefully I can get it together sometime soon. Okay, enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, folks. Here we are. I finished up our kitchen slash dining room. I kept it pretty simple because it's kind of a small space, but we do have our kitchen set here. We've got our oven, some pictures from the new Life and Death pack. Obviously, our dining room table here, with a picture from the gallery and just some books and whatnot. And then I did add these little Christmas things here, just, as a little nod to when he starts setting up for Christmas. Let's move on to our upstairs area. I see in this image that he's got like this swirly floor. I know that we have a rug that has that sort of pattern, so if anything, I can just do something like that. Maybe we do just this black flooring, and thinking maybe that one from Cottage Living. We could do this new one from Life and Death, maybe like a chair like that. And then for my coffee table, I'm thinking of just doing this one from Love Struck. I do like it. I think it's nice. For my bed, for Mr. Jack Skellington, we need to do a single bed, which I don't love the idea of, but, for space reasons. I don't mind this one from Horse Ranch, the black and the white. I think that's kind of nice. Yes, exactly. Objectively, that looks better. I think I'm gonna do that. Aw, this little skeleton bear. His eyes disappear, but that's okay. It just adds to the spook, Ooh, I see a telescope, so I do want to add that. I'm going to shrink it down, obviously. Ooh, a death frog. This is so cute. It's like a little pet. Okie dokie. I finished my build for the Nightmare Before Christmas. I think it turned out pretty cute. Honestly, I wasn't really sure which direction to go because you don't really see, my light is just going nuts right now. You don't really see a lot of the interior of the buildings, but I think I did a decent job. We've got our living room here, bookshelves. I did change the fireplace to this one from Life and Death because it has the skull on it, and I just think it's a really nice fireplace. Lots of books, spider webs. We've got some Christmas decor. Here is his bed over on this side, and I think this room turned out pretty cute. I did finish up this bathroom. I added this mirror from Werewolves, the sink from Life and Death, Realm of Magic toilet, spooky stuff rug. I did add a little bit of gallery art. This new picture from Life and Death shower, and I think that this bathroom turned out cute. And then the hallway, I just added this pumpkin lights and some different spooky decor. And then of course I tied together the rest of the build, but we'll show that in a second. Let's do the final tour of Nightmare Before Christmas, and then we'll sort of tour the rest of the lot. All right, here we are in the front of our build. This whole thing looks so cool. I think this turned out so nice. Entering into the town of Halloween, we do have Jack Skellington right there on that little well. That van is supposed to be the van that the town crier drives around in. Here it is at night as well in live mode, so you can kind of see the fountain's a little off, all right, because I sized it up, but we're just not going to think about that. Walking over this way, we've just got lots of different items like tombstones and ghosts and pumpkins, just a ton of stuff. Let's start over here with the sort of town hall building as well as Sally's bedroom. So coming into this sort of town hall room, we just have some bookcases, a desk, lots of Halloween decor because this is the Halloween town after all. All right, and then here we are in Sally's bedroom. I wanted this one to have a bit more of an industrial sort of like laboratory feel. So we've got whatever the frick is going on right there. We've got her bed and all of her little things that she collects, and she has all these herbs. We do have some knitting stuff, which is supposed to play into her love of sewing, some cleaning stuff, a little chair. So lastly, coming over here in the exterior, we have our Christmas land, the North Pole. I think this turned out really cute as well. So you enter, we've got tons of lights, lots of Christmas decor. We've got a little bench right here. And then I used some debug cottage living houses to sort of make it look like this cute little Christmas town. And I think it turned out really adorable. We are going to enter into Mr. Jack Skellington's home. Here it is. It was definitely not an easy one to build, but I think it turned out pretty cool. And I feel like I was able to get the point across, but I don't know. You guys tell me. Here we are in the first room, which is the kitchen and dining room. A lot of stuff from the new Life and Death pack. The pack is super well rounded. It's really nice. I love this new pack. Here is this side. We've got gallery art right there, just some books and stuff like that. Here we are in the hallway. We've just got some random decor. Here is our bedroom slash living room. Onto this side, we do have our living space. I think this looks pretty cool. We've got Christmas decor up, lots of books, the fireplace. We've got our little couch, a telescope. Over to this side, we do have his bed. I did add a little crow. Look at how cute that guy is. How adorable. I think overall this room looks really good. I like it a lot. Here's the bathroom. We've got our sink, our toilet, some art, and then shower on that side. And then also just like as a little tour through here, if you do come through this way, I have this little crypt area, little cemetery to sort of join the 4 different properties here in the center. We've got a bunch of gravestones, a little swing set, and this crypt of eternity, which I think really helps tie this whole build together. And that is it. Look at this build. It's massive. There's so much going on, but I think that it turned out really awesome. Overall, with all of my limitations, I did a pretty solid job. So I'm happy with it. And that's going to be it, guys. Let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite out of the 4 that I did here today. Unfortunately, October is over. Spooky season's over. I cannot even believe it. And I was only able to get a couple videos up just due to life. I've had so much going on. I've been so busy lately. But I am happy with the ones that I did do and looking forward to moving into a new series here on my channel. But yeah, like I said, let me know which one was your favorite and let me know what you guys want to see in my next video. I did get a couple comments on my most recent community post about what you guys want to see next. So those are to come, but if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. All right, bye.